Hey, my peoples, it's LTS Crypto. I thought FTT token was dead, and I hit my little crypto bubbles, and it's up 22.4%. What is going on with FTT token? What's going on with FTX? Well, if you do a little Google search, it's pretty obvious. When you look at the news, there was actually there's several places reporting FTX revival proposal supported by Sam Bankman-Fried lifts FTT token. All right, SBF supports restarting FTX and issuing new FTT token to creditors. Sam Bankman-Fried thinks another FTT token is the solution. And then when you click on the actual articles, well, what happens, or what had happened, is you've got a tweet by Rand. For those that know crypto banter, Rand's the man, right? Rand the man. And he says, fire up the FTX exchange, issue a new FTT token, distribute the token to creditors, depositors, accrue 100% of profits to token holders. It will be the biggest exchange in the world, and users will be made more than whole. That's, and this is what this, okay, Rand, yes, make the thing right with the people. I agree. I don't know if it's that simple though. I don't know if he's familiar with U.S. laws, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. And when you go down right below it, it says, SBF, I continue to think that this would be a productive path for parties to explore. I hope that the teams in place will do so. The teams in place will do so. Okay, so he's talking about the legal teams. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the legal teams. Now, when you go, and one of the first things I did, I did this actually yesterday when I was curious because I saw it had bumped up yesterday, is I actually went to the FTX, FTX.com. Type it in there. I'll do it in front of you. Look, you hit FTX.com. Enter. And it takes you to the bankruptcy proceedings. That's the bankruptcy proceedings. See, it says FTX Trading Ltd. Case number 22-11068. Case number 22-11068. And then it gives case background. It gives important information and dates. Meeting of creditors. First day of hearing. This is the website. This is the website you go to do commerce. And so when he says, I hope, I'm sure he does. But he's already filed. And that's the thing. If for those that are not familiar with American law, once you file for bankruptcy, things just start moving forward. There is a procedure. And what will happen is there will be, with something like this, there will be a restructuring, okay? So often with like personal bankruptcy, and you have the meeting of the creditors, there is a certain priority for those who, you owe money. And don't ask me how I know this so well. Let's just say I took a class in college to become familiar with it. Let's just say that, okay? But when you go and you look at the process, you owe so much money that you cannot pay it back. Okay, so you file for bankruptcy. And then you have your creditors, and they are prioritized, whether they are those that have, those who actually have assets, those unsecured, and something else. I can't remember the exact, but there's this priority list as you go through there, and those with certain priorities get first, then the next, and then the next get the, and then by the end, like these people on the bottom get nothing. Now, guess what? Your retail investors are. It's quite possible they get nothing. Depending on how they classify it. The other thing about being a large corporation, they call it a restructuring, because sometimes they restructure it so that they have to pay it. They restructure it so that they're capable of paying in a different way than they originally said. Okay, so we don't know how it's going to turn, but it's been turned over to these lawyers. The lawyers are going to get paid a lot of money. Okay, the lawyers are going to get paid regardless. Okay, so understand they're going to get theirs. So when he's talking about let's open up, and I can imagine some lawyer coming in there saying, and Sam Bankman-Fried saying, do you think we could open up, maybe one of these tokens again, maybe the FTT token, bring it up, and they'd be like, do what? The token. And they'd be like, what do you mean the ones that made you bankrupt? I'm not calling them dumb, but what I'm saying is that they probably have some other interest at heart than getting this token back up. My point is, this is pure hopium, and it's not a good hopium. It's like meth hopium. It will leave you high and dry at the end. I don't see anything good about it. Now, am I surprised? Maybe he's got such pull and such clout that he goes in there and he says, hey, we need to do this. And they're like, okay, we'll do that. We can do that legally. Let's try it. I'm not hopeful about it. And I am so sorry for the people that lost money in FTX. I am so sorry. But I understand, because I have lost money in several projects. Complete loss of money. When I say complete, you can't even go to the website anymore to retrieve the funds. I have lost money. Lost wallets. I have been there. Now, granted, I haven't been wealthy. And so it may be different if I had, like my retirement savings in there. Okay. But they told us when they first began in crypto, everybody says, do not put anything in cryptocurrency that you're not willing to lose. And I have a feeling that a lot of people put stuff into FTX that it was very near and dear to them. Like their next house, their retirement, their nest egg. Okay. So, and again, I feel horrible for those people because it's not their fault, but it's the nature of the beast. Okay. So FTT token, take it off because we are in an irrational market, irrational. People don't make rational decisions, and just the hope, and they're dirt cheap. It's down like 90%, 98%, whatever. Get you some of that. Put $20 in it. You buy your lottery ticket. That's what you're doing. You're buying a lottery ticket. All right. So that's FTT. But the other things about the market, I'm getting what I want to do this evening. Besides complain about FTX, I'm done with FTX, okay? But one of the other things I want to do is to look at the market from a little bit broader of a scope, okay? We went yesterday and looked at it from the daily aspect, looking at the daily charts, for the total market, for Bitcoin, for ETH, did we hit Phantom? I think we hit Phantom too. And I looked on the daily. But there's another story that's evolving, because it's like it's not doing anything, And you can do two things. Just like if you can't really see what it's going to do, first of all, you're not going to know what it's going to do, but you can get some probabilities of what it's going to do. But if you're getting nothing from the price action and from the oscillators, you're getting ambivalent data, you can either zoom in and then look at the tighter time frames and see what it's doing, that it might be breaking one way or the other, especially if it's right on the edge of something. But the other thing you can do is zoom out. Now, we say zoom out a lot of times, as crypto people, as we say during a bull market, and there's a dip, and then there's another dip, and it's still a bull market, you'll say zoom out, look at a bigger time frame, because we're in a bull. It's going to show you we're in a bull market. That's why you say it. You don't say that during a bear market, because it just reinforces, we're still in a bear market. And that's what we're seeing. Except, let me just take you in and show you what I have found. If you look at the total, which is the total for all cryptocurrencies, BTC, ETH, and everything else combined, what you're seeing here, and let me just expand this top part up. You can see we had a fun time going to to the peak of this mountain right up here. Okay, we had a fantastic time. All right, we then went down, and then we came back up and say, oh, okay, well, we have found ourselves, because let me just show you what the mentality is. The mentality was, at that point, is we made a higher low. You see that? We made a higher low. See, there was right here was your low, and then it came down and it made a higher low and bounced. Well, what happened? Well, there's also, if you look right here, that's a low as well. And if you look at it from that point, that's a lower low. Now, you say, well, this is kind of subjective. Yes, it is absolutely subjective. And we're playing, was it Monday morning quarterback? It's what we're doing, looking back and seeing. But there are some predictable things about it. I mean, it's not just, we know that it's not going to continue just to go straight up. We know that it's not going to go straight down unless it's a project that's going, the fundamentals have broke down, okay? Fundamentals are broke down on FTT, okay? Fundamentals have broke down on FTX. Understand that. The fundamentals have broke down. So if, you say, well, it's going down, can it possibly keep going down? Yes. If the fundamentals are broke, it will keep going down. If there's no longer developers developing the product, it will go down. All right. So, as you look, let me clear some of this mess off here. Let's remove that. If you look where we are, and this is on the weekly chart for all of cryptocurrency, is that making a bull pennant? Is it making a bull pennant? Let me see. Now, thing is, I don't know. Do I want to put my line here? Do I want to put my line here? I don't know. Let's put it there. Because I really don't know. But this line right here, I'm pretty confident with that line. And what it's doing here is it's starting to bunch up. And it's bunching up in this little area right here, which means it's got to make a decision. Generally, it has to make a decision. Usually, it doesn't keep just doing this right here, outside of this right here. Usually it has to go either this way or it finally just breaks down, okay? We're at a decision point, all right, and that's for the total market. What we do have is this little place right here, let me put a horizontal line here. And if you look, it comes up and it already got this, it comes up and bounces against resistance right here. All right, and then we're back down and it is bouncing on support. All right, so that's a good sign. All right. You say, well, didn't you just say that it could break down? Yeah, it could break down. But let's look. Does it have the energy to break down? Well, look over here. It looks like the RSI is low. See that right there? RSI is low. And it's turned up like it's wanting to go that way, like that way. Okay? The Stokes RSI is low. And it looks like it wants to go that way. That way. See that? That's what it's looking like on the weekly. Which tells me we have a probability, an edge, a educated guess that this on the weekly is going to go up. All right, so let's go into, you say, well, what do you mean going up? Well, generally, Bitcoin is going to tell a story that's going to be somewhat similar to the total, okay? Until it decouples from the market, which it hasn't yet, the market is correlated with Bitcoin. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's look like it on the weekly. And it looks very similar. Again, you've got, and you'll notice there's two dips on this one. All right, let me put a horizontal line here. Now, again, we're on the weekly. And so you got that line, which is it bounces on resistance. It bounces on resistance. Okay, and then look, when it broke that resistance, you see it broke that resistance, and then it went bang. And everybody got excited, okay? Everybody got excited because it broke that resistance. Okay, and then it came down, all right, came down. And you can see there's kind of a line there. Let me look at my, okay, there's kind of a line there where, see where it bounced right there a little bit, and then it bounced right there on support, and then it finally broke through that support, right? And then it came up and it bounced on it as a resistance, and then what did it do? It started going down. Okay, so here we are on the weekly. This is Bitcoin. And what is it going to do? Well, look, your RSI is low, turning like it's going up, right? Stokes RSI is low, turning like it's wanting to go up, which tells me we, within, the weekly periods of these graphs, is going to go up. Now, it's probably going to go up and bounce, come up and bounce of that, come down. Hopefully we'll hit some kind of, reselling oscillator and then break through. That's what it's looking like. Okay, so we're looking pretty good on the weekly chart. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at ETH. Now ETH, when you look at the, there's actually this little bump right here. Let me put a horizontal line right here. And if you'll notice where it comes up and it bumps, right, let me get my brush, and it bumps right here. Okay, it bumps right here at the 872, 900 mark. And then when it comes up and it breaks through right here, see where it breaks through that? And guess what? It goes. See that? All right. Then it comes back down, and it's kind of an ugly, right there. I'm not going to call that. And that might be a point of support because it's kind of touching right here. Maybe right here. Okay, but anyway, let me take that out. Let me take that out. Take it out. Let's not use that. All right. But look at here. This is very close to support. That is your support line. And it looks like it is bouncing off of that support line right there. Again, RSI is, it's actually around 40. Okay, so, but it's pointing the right direction. Your Stokes RSI has rounded out of oversold and is heading in the right direction. Are we seeing a pattern here? Okay, so it's telling us a story, and it's looking good over the bigger time frame. Now, yesterday we talked about the daily, and I said it looks horrible. Well, it looks scary. Okay, so it means that there's probably going to be, again, we're using the edge. It's probably going to do something scary, and at that point it's going to go. Okay, so something scary, and it's going to go. That's my prediction. Now, one more, and then that will be all I got from market analysis tonight. Okay, if you look over here at FTM, Phantom, what I find on Phantom, what I ascertain is right here. If you put a horizontal line right here, let me blow that up so you can see it, just so you can see it. Again, this is on the weekly. You see what it's doing? Bounced off of support. Looks like it bounced off support here. Went up, it came down, bounced off support, and now here we are. And it's still low. It's not like it bounced and we're up here somewhere. No, we're just now bouncing. In the last, you got 2 weeks after the bounce. Okay. Look at your oscillators. And again, RSI is low, going this way. Your Stokes RSI, yet it has room to grow. Now, the reason you say, well, that blue line is a little high, that's true. But right here, this red line can also go up. And then when it starts to cross over, then you know you're done, okay? So Phantom even looks, on the weekly, looks really good to me. I mean, it looks like, which in the case of long-term investing, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, I will say, as I'm looking on the daily, trying to catch that that little ugly dip that we're going to get before it goes, the issue with that is that it may just turn around and go. And you say, you really don't know what the market's going to do you, LTS Crypto? And the answer is no, I don't. And anybody who says that they do, run the opposite direction, because they don't, I mean, this market is a bunch of people like me and you who are emotional and who absolutely, get caught up into events, and like the FTX thing, and like, ooh, he tweeted, ooh, and then pump that useless coin up for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to do just a little bit of research. But no, it's a tweet. Remember Elon Musk when he tweeted about Doge or what? Did they do any research? No. And of course, the sad reality is people made millions. They made millions on it. And here we are, I guess, sour grapes anyway. We didn't get into it. I didn't get no Doge. But anyway, we don't know what the market's going to do. We don't, okay? But we have probabilities. And that's what we're playing, is the probabilities. That's the reason we're in the investing market anyway, is to play the probability that in however many years we will have more money than we started with. All right. So in terms of the market, woo, FTT, it's up 27%. It just, okay. I want to make a prediction. Tomorrow it's going to go down. Okay, that's my prediction. And y'all can screenshot this and send it out. LTS Crypto is an idiot, but my prediction is going to go down tomorrow. When everybody figures out, well, there's more people like me who's like, why? It's going to go down. Okay, but y'all tell me what y'all think about the market. Am I missing something about the market? I'm just a simple man looking at simple charts. And I don't pay for, large groups, and I don't pay for expensive software. And I'm just a simple man with a simple chart. And you know what? I think I'm going to do okay. And I think y'all going to do okay. Find your edge and use it. Again, questions, comments, put them down below. And then hit the like button. I know you like it. Hit the like button. Thank you for the subscribers. Love you guys. Thank you so much. It's very exciting to me. It really is. I really enjoyed getting to know these people. I mean, just real people. And thanks for coming and being part of this group. I will very shortly have another video out concerning a game, okay? And it's a different game. I'm going to look it up, do a little bit of research. I'm going to force myself to get it, force myself to play a game, But it's something new. And that will be up shortly after this. But again, let me know what y'all think. Put it down at the bottom. I'm LTS Crypto. I will see y'all next video. Y'all be safe out there. Bye.